and welcome to Whisky Resource. My name is Mark. This is review 162 and today I'm going to be taking another dram out of my what was 18-year-old blind dram sample box. So these left in here are a few 18-year-olds, the Glen Scotia 18 as well as a couple of non-18-year-olds that weren't there to throw me off. As far as I'm concerned, I've finished the 18-year-old series now. I'll get around to doing the Glen Scotia again some point in the future. I'm not going to dwell too much on this box past this review, so I'm going to pull another dram out as the final blind dram of the series, and we'll see where it is. So straight into it. So as ever, we've got the two Glencairns and water. So it was the Glen Moray that finished top of the blind drams for the 18-year-olds, with the Timorous Beastie coming in a very close second. Simply priced, I think. The Timorous Beastie is an absolutely fantastic blended malt whiskey. Certainly one like the Glen Moray I will be picking up at some point in the future when I get around to it. So, unknowns, what do we get with this one? Cheers. This has citrus fruits, malt. There's a sweetness coming off there. There's also some kind of a wine expressive nose coming here, wine finish maybe. It's spicy, ginger. There's floral notes. It's very perfumed. I want to say that this has had a touch of different types of cask maturation going on here. There's certainly the bourbon. I think there's probably a touch of sherry, maybe a touch of red wine going on here. There's a lot in this nose. I think this is going to be a great one with water. ABV off the nose, it's not really giving us any idea, so I'm going to say it's 40 to 43. There's elements of like dusty books. Yeah, dusty books. Leather maybe. It's a pleasant nose. It's very expressive, let's say, as I said, on the palate. So that's 43%. It's undoubtedly got a sherried influence there. I'm getting earthy dunnage notes. I'm getting rich sherried fruits. I'm also getting those citrus notes again. Lemon. I'm getting dark chocolate. Maybe the slightest whiff of smoke. It's syrupy. Honey. Spice. Talking bacon spice. Ginger. Cinnamon. 5 spice maybe. It's not quite fruitcake, sherry bomb like level. It's got oak. That oak wood introduces the bitterness, which leads to more spices and a drying finish. Maybe some orchard fruits there on the finish as well. There's creaminess, maybe a touch of custard going on there. There's certainly the vanilla aspect of custard there, that creaminess. In terms of what do I think this is, I really don't know. It's not the cask strength 18-year-old that I've got in the box. Having a look at what there were a short while ago, I thought there was 2 cask strengths, but there's not. There's 1 cask strength at 18 and there's another that's about 46%. One of them is a Glenrothes. It isn't that. And the second one, I can't remember now, but I don't think it's either. It could be the second one actually, but I don't think it is. It's certainly like Glen Scotia, and it isn't the mystery other dram I've got in the box. It's definitely that one. It doesn't match the profile. So we're down to it being the second 18-year-old, which I think was 46%, but I can't remember what the distillery was. I'm a bit thick like that. Or the other non-18-year-old, which is the Perspective series from Berry Brothers and Rudd, BBR, yeah. And that is 21-year-old, 43% blended Scotch, I want to say. but I don't think it's that. I'm not getting any grain sweetness onto the water, and see what's like nose. Oh, that's just opened up a whole new level of lushness on the nose. It's rich, sherried. It's just the same nose, just amplified a bit more of those floral notes, those expressive notes going through there. Cooking spices again, sherried fruits and palate. That is really nice. That is really nice. Would I buy a bottle? No, I wouldn't buy a bottle. In terms of how it compares against the 18-year-olds, I think this probably sits at around the level of the Deanston 18. There's not enough different about what this is to actually make me want to buy a bottle. It's very complex. There's an awful lot going on here. There's a lot to explore. This dram needs time to open up and to wake and to release those flavours with a touch of water. It's not a easy sipper by any means. As I say, it's too complex. It's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, this is a really nice dram. If this was to be sub £100, then it's certainly worthy to be looked at. But I'm getting coffee now, dark chocolate, espresso coffee. But I think it's one of these drams that you can't sit down and relax and enjoy, because you're constantly going, ooh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What flavour is that? You're trying to interrogate it too much. But it is fantastic. It's certainly one that if you have a group of whiskey friends around, a bottle of this would probably go down really well, because it's one that you can explore together and talk about. But it's not one that you want to sit back, kick back, relax and enjoy a dram with no complexity. Just an easy sipper. That's not what this is. I'm going to say that I think this is the second 18-year-old that I've got, but I can't remember where it is. So before I do the reveal of what's in the hat, let's go and see what's in the box, see what's left, because this is, yeah, it's nice. So what was left in the box? So the mystery dram was the Kilkerran 16. So I will be doing this at some point, but that's the other mystery dram. There's the right, okay. So the Glenrothes was 47.8, and that's not the one I thought it was, which means that it must be the Perspective series. Berry Brothers and Russ, and there's the Glen Scotia again, and then we have a cask strength Ben Rhymes, which is 58.4. So that would be obvious when you pull that one out what that is in terms of the strength, would tell you. So Glenrothes and Ben Rhymes, those are the two 18-year-olds. So it means that this is the Berry Brothers and Perspective series. Yeah. 43% blended Scotch whisky. So that doesn't have the elements of grain that you would expect from a blend. This is, in terms of any blended Scotch whisky I've ever had, this is superb. You would not know that you're drinking a blended Scotch whisky. Certainly can't pick up any of the grain notes. I don't know how much grain is in here, but I'm certainly not picking up on the grain. I am picking up on sherry, so I'm going to have a quick look to see if that is actually what this is. Okay, so on Masters of Malt, the Perspective series, 21-year-old, is 43% ABV. That is the bottle. Retails for £88 and 95 pence. It is Berry Brothers and Rudd. It's a blended Scotch whisky released as part of the Perspective series, where master blender Doug MacGyver worked with photographer Lindsay Robertson to bring together art and whisky. This expression, greatly fresh and fruity, with its corresponding image boasting the scene of Sandalwood Bay on the northwest coast of Scotland. Notes: nose, sherried dried fruits, rich chocolate, a hint of leather, with generous helping of bacon spices. Palate: creamy vanilla builds with distinctive oaky tones, alongside both fresh orchard fruit and dried fruit with a drizzle of honey. And the finish: creamy notes continue into a lengthy finish with a hint of tannic oak and sherry. So they don't tell you, other than the taste notes of sherry, what the cask influences are on this. So let's go and have a look. Wow, so they do a 35-year-old blended in the perspective for £250. The 25-year-old's 145, and this bottle here £89. So they don't tell you anything about chill filtration or colour. They don't tell you the cask maturation. So I'm sorry, BBR, Berry Brothers and Rudd, you need to provide a bit more transparency on there. Let's see if I can go to the Whisky Exchange and see what they say if they do this bottle. Okay, so the Whisky Exchange, it isn't available. Facts about it: 6,300 bottles, 2019 release. Nothing about chill filtration or colour on their site either. Lovely thing, really nice thing, but unfortunately not enough disclosure and transparency on this one. But it is very nice. Best blended Scotch whisky I've tried. There it is.